Welcome to the Environmental Protection Commission meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask Commissioner White to give the Pledge of Allegiance and invocation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Heavenly Father, I pray that you will guide this board, our staff, and stakeholders this morning as we make important decisions that impact our environment. I'm thankful for our knowledgeable staff and all the things that they do to do things like keep our air clean and protect our water resources. Lord, I pray for many blessings for all of those that are about to celebrate Passover and Easter. And as always, I pray for our first responders, members of our armed forces. Pray that you will keep them safe and guide them each and every day. I ask for all of these things in your heavenly name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Commissioner White. Do we have any changes to the agenda?
No, Commissioner.
Okay. And we will, any removal for consent, comment, or separate votes? No. We'd like to begin today with recognition. We have 3 recognitions.
Good morning, Commissioners. Our first recognition is we're going to recognize the EPC Scholastic Environmental Merit Award winner. This award is presented to the student with the county's regional STEM project that exemplifies sound science and environmental stewardship principles. This year, Elizabeth Libby McCaffrey of Carrollwood Day School is joined by her parents, Judith and Thomas McCaffrey, and I'd like to ask them to come up at this time. Libby's project was focused on water quality in stormwater ponds, and I told her how important that is. We've been obviously reading the paper, alga blooms, and red tide. Her project was entitled, and you'll love this, Commissioner Kemp, Solar Power Electrocoagulation Cell for Removal of Nitrates and Phosphate from wastewater retention ponds.
It's doing everything I love.
That's amazing. That is just amazing. Her project is particularly impressive as it explores the use of cost-effective, reliable, and environmentally friendly wastewater treatment utilizing sustainable solar technology. In addition to the certificate that we're going to present her today, she will also be receiving, and her family, a membership for a family of 4 to the Florida Aquarium. We'd like to thank the aquarium for generously donating this gift basket with the membership. It's valued over $200, and they have done this every year, so thanks to the Florida Aquarium. And thanks to you, Libby, and your family. Would any of you like to make some remarks?
I would.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'd like to thank you all for gifting me this award. So water quality control is really important to me, and it means a lot that you all care as much as I do. So thank you so much for this.
So we're going to take a quick picture with the commissioners, and we'll make sure that Libby gets a picture of this. Are there any comments
Before
from
we do
board
that,
members?
we have Commissioner White.
You may have said this, I may have missed it, but what grade are you in?
10th.
10th. Are you looking ahead to any idea where you want to go to college yet, or?
Yeah, we've been looking around. I
Yeah,
don't have a real set idea, but I think I want to go to a STEM school, and I'm really interested in computer science as well as the environment stuff. So if I can find a way to mix those two, it would be nice.
Well, I just have to say that I'm always so impressed when these high school students come before the board and they have a project with a title that reads like the title of a PhD dissertation. And yours is no exception. So keep up the good work, and I wish you well in your endeavors in the future.
We don't know exactly what you're doing, but we really, really think it's good. Thank you. Anyone else have any comments?
Could you tell us exactly what you're doing?
Yeah, so basically, I built the electric coagulation cell, and that will remove phosphate and nitrate from water. And so the process, how it removes from the nitrate and phosphate from the water is electric coagulation. And so it's an anode and a cathode, and it's a cell, and they're like mounted at the bottom. And then from the solar power energy, the cell functions, and the anode and the cathode remove the phosphate and nitrate from the water using a process called flocculation. So that can
Oh, yeah, now we understand.
It's all perfectly clear. And we hope you'll deal with our nitrogen loading problems. So I think we're ready for a picture.
Just her.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And thank you very much.
Libby has to get back to school. And I think if you remember, we actually did a project at Carrollwood Day School where they co-located all of their athletic fields, and Andy Scaglione gave a huge tract of wetlands to compensate for a small wetland mitigation that occurred there. So we're very familiar with Carrollwood Day School. They do great. Okay. Well, they do great work there, and I'm sure y'all are enjoying the ball fields.
Oh, yeah. So, pretty excited, although she's a swimmer, so
Okay.
keeping the water theme.
There you go. There you go. Libby, all the best. Thank you. Thank you. Our next recognition is for somebody that I met on my first day on the job. Her name is Gloria Hernandez, and she is the Hillsborough County Benefits and Retirement Administrator. And I've called her so many times. She is so responsive, and more importantly, every time I get off the phone with her, I just feel so much better. I feel happy. She is just the most wonderful person to hang around. But she is retiring, as is our Leslie Campbell, at the end of this month on April 30th, and she has done a lot for our agency and staff. So we're here to express our gratitude to Gloria for her many years of outstanding service and support to EPC and staff. Gloria, would you come up? Sure. We have a couple of things to give her. We're going to read this in just a moment. One of the things that Gloria and I have in common, we both have older horses. Mine is 17, hers is 18. Nigel is her baby, and so we got you some pictures of Nigel here. So that's where she's going to be spending a lot of her retirement, but she just showed me a picture of a 4-week-old puppy that her husband bought her. So she's having an addition there, but I know how much she loves Nigel.
That's my baby.
I know what you mean. I have tissues too. Oh. And then we have some gifts for Nigel over here as well. Since I have horses, you have peppermint treats, alfalfa treats, carrot treats.
Oh, thank you so much.
And we basically have, this is a good luck charm, Kermit and frogs, and life. What would life be worth living if you didn't have Godiva chocolates?
That's right. Thank you so much. Oh.
So let me read this certificate of appreciation to you, Gloria. With sincerest appreciation for outstanding benefits and retirement support you have provided to EPC and Hillsborough County employees. Your presence in human resources over the years has been invaluable to our agency, and we will miss you. Thank you for your lifetime of dedicated service, and best wishes for your retirement.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And one final thing before you, we're going to let you obviously make remarks because we know you have something to say to these commissioners about all the work you've done. But we do have, there you go. So these are for you.
Sandra, I'll need your balls back.
Both Gloria and Leslie, in their retirement of years of service, have had a lot of kitsch around their office, and so they've offered employees to come in and take some of their kitsch away. And so Gloria was cleaning out, and she was in the garage yesterday, and I saw her packing up her stuff, and Leslie did the same thing, so everyone can have a little piece of Gloria. We all took little kitschs from Leslie, too. So, Gloria.
I want to thank you all much, and I wish to thank Rebecca Burley. She's been my boss for the last 5 years, and if it wasn't for her, I never would have made it. So, I thank you.
Thank you very much for your service.
Picture.
Rebecca, would you like to say something? Not to put you on the spot. Okay, well, we have tissues. It's okay. And I'll tell you, human resources and benefits especially, it's a tough job, and you've done a wonderful job.
It is a great job, though. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much, and we are going to miss her so much. She has 19 years here at Hillsborough County and several years with the state, and we've been preparing actually for 18 months. She's been training for 18 months, the rest of the staff, so that everything that she does, the rest of the staff is able to do too. So we're going to carry on the exceptional service that Gloria provided. It's just going to be spread amongst all 5 of us. And she is wished the most greatest and most adventurous retirement. She deserves it, and we will miss her greatly. Thank you.
Come on up.
Sandra Cochran. Oh, Sandra. This is the new partner for replacement. Jay Carbonell.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to see you. I know. Giant flower. Okay.
Could you take my gorgeous picture? Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Is this yours, Gloria? No. Or is this Rebecca's?
That's mine.
She had used that to show me the picture of her adorable new little Rottweiler puppy, which she'll be getting in 4 weeks. Our next one is, it's a bittersweet moment at EPC to say farewell to someone who is more like a sister to me than a coworker, and who I count as a personal friend, Miss Leslie Shaugard. Before we begin honoring her with our remarks, there was a short video that was done. Many of you came to our 50th celebration. But in this video, Leslie's featured, and we want to play that video now. We're here celebrating EPC's 50th anniversary. In 1967, 50 years ago, EPC was created by a legislative act to protect the environment for Hillsborough County. And today we invited all our past employees, our current employees, and stakeholders and officials to come enjoy and celebrate our environment in Hillsborough County.
Our water, our air is vitally important. We have to have water constantly. We have to breathe air. You know, we've had record-breaking heat this year, droughts, and that affects our air and water. So it's vitally important that these EPC continues to do what it's doing to make sure that future generations have clean air and clean water to drink.
I have been blessed. I've been blessed to work for Roger Stewart, Rick Garrity, great leaders, great people. And Janet is right up there with them. I'm really enjoying working with her too.
The environment has a tendency to go up and down in public opinion and in politics. Pendulum swings right, pendulum swings left. But overall, we've managed to continue to move forward to protect the environment. It's a great place to work. I wouldn't have it any other way.
We have a community with thriving ecosystems, the best water quality we've had since the 50s, good air quality, and a quality of life that not only citizens today can enjoy, but future generations can enjoy. So long as we remain vigilant in the protection, that's what I think has been accomplished these 50 years, and I hope it will continue for the next 50 years. I think Leslie's remarks were amazing and spot on. And Leslie, being here for 44 years, has been an integral part of everything that EPC has accomplished. She has performed many jobs in almost every division, and she has performed with distinction. I have actually called upon her for several things, but if you remember during the 2007 wetland rule, she was sent down by Dr. Garrity to the Wetlands Department to create the basis of review with other staff and to spearhead that project. The Governor's Sterling Award, the person who was authoring that document left at right when it was supposed to be submitted at the very end, and Leslie stepped in. She has an amazing skill set. She's my editor. Whenever I have anything, I run it right by her. She's just got amazing skills. And the final thing she did, one of the first things I did was do a reorg to put her in administration and put her in HR. I do one-on-ones, and I cannot tell you how many people in the one-on-ones have told me just how wonderful Leslie is to work with. And she has taken our HR, our wellness program, and our wellness room to a whole nother level. And we really appreciate that, Leslie. We can't thank you enough. This picture that's here is her in front of the fish tank. That was another thing that she brought to EPC. She loves these fish. There's detailed instructions on how to care for these fish that sit in the front. But before I turn it over to Husheng to give just a few remarks, we did a Wordle, and the employees do this for every employee who's leaving. They put 3 words down, and the top words are the biggest, and the other ones are spread around. Her top words were kindness, caring, and friendly, and I really think that that encompasses her. And at her celebration at the Saunders Library, I talked on my one-on-ones about what people's favorite movies are, and this was a quote from As Good as It Gets, and it was funny. Our staff is so young, they don't remember that movie, about half of them. But I really feel this way about Leslie. I might be the only person on earth who appreciates how amazing you are in everything you do, and in every single thought that you have, and how you say what you mean, and you almost mean something that is all about being straight and good. And I think most people miss that about you. And I watch them wondering how they can work, how they can watch you handle their concerns and process their paperwork and never get that they just met the greatest woman alive. I love you, and you are my sister.
I'm a little taller than you, so. Good morning, Commissioners. Husheng Bustani, EPC staff. It's truly an honor for me to speak about my friend to you, Leslie. Leslie and I have spent 38 years together at EPC, and our relation, I think, is beyond friendship. It's more like kinship. She's someone that I have always looked up to, even though she's a lot younger than me. So let me tell you a little bit about her background, how she came to be part of EPC. Actually, she came to EPC as a teenager, a high school intern, to shadow Roger Stewart. She spent 18 weeks at EPC, and it was during that time that I believe she realized that her calling was to be a public servant, and especially a public servant to protect natural resources. So at completion of her internship, she went back to school, but she kept coming back during her summer breaks for whatever reason to work at the agency for 2 or 3 months. Finally, in July of '78, she was hired by EPC as an environmental tech, and that's when the remarkable career of Leslie Campbell began. It's 40-some years later. Leslie retires as the Human Resources Manager and, as Janet said, assistant to Janet. But in those years, she has worked in every section, every department, every division of the agency. And parallel to her daily functions, she has always been a trusted advisor and assistant to the 3 executive directors. When Janet came in 2015, she decided, let's do away with all of that. I'm moving her. She actually moved her to report directly to Janet, to work with her, and to serve as our human resource manager and Janet's assistant, confidant, advisor, and etc. So in about 10 days, in about 12 days, she will be retiring. But I want to say that, and I haven't said this to her before, but this is as good a place as any to say that, Leslie, you have been the heart and soul of EPC. And I think your career will never be replicated, duplicated. We're all so proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to present my friend, Leslie. Come on up.
They do their darndest to get me crying before they ask me to come to a microphone and talk. Like they said, I started in 1975 when I was in high school, and Roger Stewart kind of adopted me as one of his kids, like right away, and been there ever since. But the one thing I wanted to say to this board is that in the 41 years that I've been a permanent employee, I've worked at every level of government. You know, I've worked with the FBI and the prosecutors, the federal prosecutor's office. I've worked with the DEP and the SWIFT-MUD. I've been to Tallahassee to, you know, help try to swing legislation in our direction, and, you know, all kinds of regional governments, and local government is where it's at, guys. I wouldn't have wanted to work anywhere else in the governmental structure but in local government, because it gives you the greatest opportunity to do the greatest amount of good and touch the most people in a very direct way. So I appreciate the fact that I've been able to do that, and I want you guys to always make sure that we have a strong EPC. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you don't need a local environmental protection agency, because you do. And hang in there, keep going. Thanks.
We have just a couple quick presentations, and this was an award that was given to her.
This is my Lifetime Achievement
This is
Award.
her Lifetime Achievement Award
And this picture was taken by Elena.
in Tampa Bay. Basically, the award says, "Thanks for a lifetime of selfless, dedicated service for our natural resources and EPC. You are truly the wind beneath our wings. We love you, your EPC family."
All right.
And
Get that back.
also, Leslie, what would life be without some flowers and some Godiva chocolate as you depart?
Just what I need, some chocolate.
It's part of your wellness
This is-
package.
I'm going to lose weight just by not working at the EPC anymore, because we are so food-centric in that agency. If you all come to visit, you know we're always eating. Well,
There's-
thank you.
There's a lot of bakers.
Yep.
So with that, we can take a picture. I don't know if commissioners have
We
anything
have
to
some
say.
remarks,
Okay.
yes. Commissioner Overman?
I want to tell you, Leslie, I met you many years ago, and Hillsborough County has been so blessed by having such a passionate advocate that can explain why it's so critically important that we protect our environment. Obviously, it's a big loss to have such a not only valued employee, but more importantly, the work that you've done over the years, the resilience that you've had working through all of the different steps. And the benefit is obvious by the family of EPC and your leadership making that happen. Janet, you've been very, very fortunate to have that as part of your team. And obviously, the family experience that the whole department has been blessed with your work. So thank you so much for all that you've done.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I'd also like to thank you specifically for even your remarks as you're leaving to remind us of how special it is for us to have our own Environmental Protection Commission that can work so hard to preserve and protect Hillsborough County. And while it breaks my heart to see the EPC changing, everybody stayed there for their lifetime careers, yours especially long. And so it's as if I almost want to say, no, not all this institutional knowledge. Now we can't take it anymore. It's these retirements of great people that have contributed and made the EPC such a special place. And then I see the young students like the young woman in today. I think but I guess, we're going to have to embrace the new generation of talent and passion and all the things for our environment. But we are very, very proud of our EPC and the work that they do.
Thank you, Commissioner, and you are correct. The longevity of employees at the EPC is pretty much amazing. We have lots and lots of people over the past few years and the next coming up years with 30-plus year careers there that are all going to be leaving at the same time. But we have hired some just fantastic young people that are working at the EPC, and I think that they will do a wonderful job of carrying on our mission.
Thank you. Is there any, I think we can take the
Thank
picture.
you. Oh, picture.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
And we are at public comment now. Do we have anyone who wishes to speak? Each speaker is allowed 3 minutes. Seeing no public comment, we'll move to approval of the consent agenda.
Move consent.
Okay. Commissioner White, we have a motion by Commissioner White, seconded by Commissioner Smith and Commissioners Merman, and please record your vote.
Motion carried 7-0.
And we'll move to the regular agenda now. Pollution Recovery Fund.
Thank you, Commissioner. Number C1 is the Pollution Recovery Fund allocation for the replacement of a water monitoring vessel, and Tom Ash will give that short presentation.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tom Ash, EPC staff. As Ms. Doherty said, I'll try to keep it very brief. It's just a bit of housekeeping that we need to go through. What we'll be doing is requesting realignment of $60,000 from the Pollution Recovery Fund towards funding a replacement vessel in our monitoring fleet. What the intention is to combine this $60,000 with a replacement account that sits at fleet so that we can make up the difference for the replacement cost of the vessel. Chapter 84-446, our Enabling Act, as well as Chapter 1-9, which governs the Pollution Recovery Fund, allows this expenditure of funding, but it also authorizes that we get the approval of the Commission in order to expend those funds. So that is why we're here today. The boat we're replacing, you may have seen it. It's a little distinctive, so it's hard to miss when it's out on the bay. We purchased it back in 2003. It was manufactured in Washington State. It's basically a floating tank, but it has done its bid for King and Country, and it's getting pretty much close to the end of its useful life. It's 23 feet in length. It was all aluminum construction. Very versatile, very multi-purpose. It supports a number of our missions at EPC. All of our diving operations, our benthic monitoring, our water quality monitoring, our seagrass monitoring, and our pollution recovery fund projects, how we monitor the grants that we give out. And it was very instrumental in this past season with our red tide monitoring mission as well. So it's kind of like a special teams boat for us, and it's just gotten to where we're getting a lot of pitting, a lot of corrosion, some larger cracks and leaks that it's never. A number of you are boaters, and you know you never want to get back at the end of the day and find too much water in your bilge. It has had multiple repairs over the years, and it's on its third fuel tank right now, and it's on its third outboard engine. Probably within the next year or two, it would be going for its fourth outboard engine. So much like all the other retirements today, this boat has earned it, and there's no flowers, unfortunately, but what we do want to request is the expenditure of $60,000 from the Pollution Recovery Fund, and as I said, we will combine that with fleet replacement monies available to us. We've coordinated with Mr. Stein at Fleet, and so we think that once we go out to bid, we should be able to get a comparable replacement vessel for this amount of money.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Miller. We have about 4 or 5 seconds. I think everyone.
Absolutely.
I'm just glad that you're not coming swimming home back.
We are too, Commissioner.
So, seeing no further comment, please record your vote.
Who had the motion in the second?
Commissioner Miller had the motion. If the second was Commissioner Overman, Smith, and Merman, and maybe Commissioner Watt.
Thank you. Motion carried 7-0.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Tom. The next item, Commissioners, is number C2. It's our legislative update. We have 2 weeks left in the session. Rick Marotti will be giving the presentation. He's sitting here to my left.
Good morning, Commissioners. Rick Marotti, EPC Legal Department. As you recall, the legislative session is a 60-day session. We're in week 7 of 9 of that session, and committee meetings will end on April 23rd, and the session should adjourn by May 3rd if everything goes smoothly. I'm going to touch on the same bills that Rick Shantz spoke to you about in February and add one at the end on water quality. So starting with wetland mitigation, this is 2 bills by 2 of our local legislators, Senate Bill 532 by Senator Lee and 521 by Representative McClure. This bill is an opportunity to allow for more wetland mitigation opportunities on government property. When an entity impacts a wetland, they need to offset it by mitigating the wetland, whether it's on site or by buying credits from a bank. And a bank is basically when a private entity creates, through preservation, restoration, enhancement, a wetland elsewhere and even uplands elsewhere, and then parties can buy credits from that person to help pay for that wetland that's been set aside elsewhere. So, but local governments can't offer those banking credits to private citizens except for minor scenarios. This bill initially would have allowed local governments to get into that banking business and selling credits, but it has been amended since we last spoke to you. And now it basically would allow that same person that impacts the wetland for the property they need to develop, they can then work with a county or a city and then do the mitigation on the county or city property. So the county or the city wouldn't be banking, they would just be allowing their land to be improved, wetlands be approved on government property. The bill has passed the entire House and has passed all 3 all 3 committees in the Senate. So one of the few environmental bills that's moved pretty quickly. And we'll keep tracking and see how it progresses. EPC doesn't have any concerns with this legislation as is, but we'll let you know if anything comes up. Moving on to business and commerce, there were 2 preemption bills that gave us a pause early on in the session, but one has definitely been greatly amended and one hasn't moved anywhere. The first one, Senate Bill 594, was the one where if any legislator believed that a local law violates the state constitution or the any state law or the Florida Constitution, they could ask the Attorney General to investigate the local laws and sue us in civil court, and if they prevail, revenue streams could be withheld from a local government. That bill has not been heard in any committee, so we don't see any motion on that one. But House Bill 3, the one that was even more troubling, the super preemption, was, next slide there, was the one that said all our local all our local regulations that impact a business would sunset as of July 2019 unless you could show through a 2-year renewal process. Every 2 years, you'd have to show that it was necessary for public health and safety or a minimal use of the government's police force and go through a very detailed cost analysis. That bill could have just wiped out a lot of local government ordinances and rules, but it has been tempered greatly through committee, and now it only is a preemption of the ability of local governments to regulate professional licenses, unless the local government's already allowed to regulate those licenses in general law, then they can keep doing that. So as it stands right now, House Bill 3 has passed the entire House. The companion still has the bad language that we didn't like on the front end, but it hasn't even heard in one committee on the Senate side. So the House Bill 3 has not yet been sent to the Senate in messages, but we expect that to happen soon. So we'll see how that progresses. But good news that was a much watered down bill, so we'll see how it progresses. Plastic straws and bags, the EPC isn't in the business of regulating straws and bags, but it's definitely a hot topic issue that we like to report on. The 4 bills came out that were, 2 were pro local governments regulating straws, 2 were preemption bills where the state would either regulate it or not allow anyone to regulate straws. The 2 that gave local governments the ability to regulate straws haven't even been heard in any committee, so we don't see those moving at all. And then the 2 that were preemption bills were greatly amended. 1, 588 doesn't even deal with straws anymore. It's all about preempting over-the-counter drug regulations. And then House Bill 603 is now studies straws and their impact for 5 years, moratorium on any local government regulations, so probably study it to death. So we don't see any regulations coming probably if that one moves forward. But the one that actually is moving the most is one that wasn't on our radar, House Bill 1299 by Representative Roach, which really didn't deal with much environmental issues, but it was a kind of an omnibus preemption bill that dealt with nursing home issues and fuel tax issues and the such, and then they tucked in a straw regulation in there that says local governments cannot regulate plastic straws. That's passed 2 of 3 committees, but not sure if it's going to move much further, seeing that committees quit meeting as of next week. Moving on to the fracking bans, there were 5 fracking bans proposed early in the session. Most of them have passed 1 committee. Some have only been assigned to 2 committees, some have been assigned to 3, but none of them have moved too far. But House Bill 7029 and House Bill 7064, while they ban fracking, they still allow this process called matrix acidation. I truly can't explain to you what that means, but for the fact that it's using more acids, instead of high pressure water that causes the fracturing and breaking of rocks, it's more like using acid to dissolve rock. Those 2 bills still allow that concept, so it's not the best result for the aquifer, but it's a first step in trying to ban the more damaging fracking. So we'll see how those progress, but even the article this morning says there's probably not a good chance of any of these bills passing this year. And then the last bill I was going to touch on is Senate Bill 1758, an omnibus water quality bill. It mainly focuses on improving the DEP's ability to regulate nutrients and other pollutants through basin management action plans. So it bolsters that legislation. But also in that bill, there is language about transferring septic tank regulation from the Department of Health to the DEP. This bill has passed 2 of 3 committees. And I was trying to figure out what the nexus is, why transfer to the DEP, but seeing that the new administration is more focused on nutrient pollution, the literature I read is showing, well, the DEP is so focused on nutrient pollution, well, septic tanks is one of the greater causes of nutrient pollution, so why not move it to the DEP? From what we're hearing, that transfer probably won't happen this year, but that water quality bill does have a lot of good concepts, including grant programs to try to get people to convert septic tanks to newer, better functioning septic tanks or connecting to local government systems. So once again, we'll track how that bill progresses and we'll report back to you at the end of the session. And with that, if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
Commissioner Overman, you're recognized.
So on the last bill, it has a companion traveling with it?
1758, you know what? I do not know if that one has a companion. I don't recall that it does in my research. I'll double check that and get back to you. I apologize.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Seeing no others, it looks like, at least environmentally, we might make it through this session without too much damage. The executive director's report.
Thank you, Commissioner. And obviously, too, they have to pass the budget. So we'll see environmentally the House and Senate and what Governor DeSantis want. They're all different numbers. So we'll see how the DEP and environmental resources fare during the budget. But it looks promising for now. As you may know, Commissioners, the Strawberry Parade kicks off our busiest season, which begins in March and lasts through the end of May. This year, we decided to do something different for the parade. Instead of beads, we handed out seeds, which we felt for flowers, which we felt conveys a better environmental message to the community. This change was well received by the crowd. Our retired Air Division Director, Jerry Campbell, has been instrumental in organizing an EPC alumni group to help our staff with outreach events. This is a wonderful initiative that brings extra volunteers in to assist with outreach functions when our staff is otherwise stretched thin and provides an opportunity for current and past employees to stay connected. This photo features Pete Owens. He was the first alumni to join us on an event, and he is pictured here at the Children's Services Community Fair. 2019 marked 50 years for Nature's Classroom. EPC participated in their annual open house and was also present at their 50th anniversary celebration. More than 900 6th through 12th grade student finalists displayed their scientific research at the State Science and Engineering Fair of Florida. Each year, EPC staff participates in judging projects, and we are proud to encourage these aspiring scientists in the making. We also supported the FDEP Southwest District Open House and Earth Day events, which included EcoFest celebration. Did anyone get to make it to EcoFest this year? They moved it from Lowry Park to Julian B. Lane. It was very nice, as well as HCC Earth Day events. Our business feedback group met on April 3rd. That group was formed under Dr. Garrity. It has entities from development, ag, energy, port, industry, and manufacturing. It was very well attended. We meet biannually, and I just want to thank Husheng Bustani. That is his feedback group that he puts together and schedules the meetings. Our environmental feedback group will be meeting the 1st of May, and Sam El-Rabi handles the scheduling and meetings with those individuals as well. The National Sustainability Summit and National Extension Energy Summit, we're holding a joint conference this week in Tampa. You see Commissioner Kemp spoke as well as Commissioner Castor on Wednesday. I think during the Brent Henningsen Theodore Roosevelt Award is when you had to make your remarks, which, by the way, what a great accolade that was for just a wonderful man. And Sandy, what a wonderful shout out to Lisa Henningsen, who was sitting there. I thought that was great. Anyway, thank you for lending your support, Commissioner Kemp, to this important initiative being discussed in the areas of sustainability and energy. And a special thanks to Michelle Jenkins and Sheila McNamara, who works for the county, for going above and beyond in planning the local field trips that all of those people took. Hillsborough County Backstage Pass program was developed to help adults that work or reside in the county to become more informed community leaders. EPC recently hosted our first behind-the-scenes tour for Backstage Pass alumni, and it was very well received. EPC is happy to offer Backstage Pass graduates the opportunity to continue their learning with them, to see the work that we do for citizens and the environment. And many of them they visited the Sydney Air Monitoring Station, but they have indicated that they would like to go on the water monitoring boat. Special shout out to Stephanie Agliano on that. She's doing an amazing job. Some of our upcoming events include the Hillsborough Solar Co-op launch, which Commissioner Kemp will be there, and Bring Your Child to Work Day on April 25th. And we have our annual Arbor Day planting event. Commissioner Stacy White has been to several of those. This one will be at the Learning Gate Community School on April 26th. Commissioner Miller, this was an initiative that you sent to us. A group, the LLT Academy 6th grade students, sent a proposal to clean up debris from the canal beside their school. And we have followed up, and Dr. Dave Carlin works in our water division, was able to quickly secure resources and support from Keep Tampa Bay Beautiful. to make the canal, to clean up the canal, and the official Great American Cleanup site, which will occur on April 27th. So we'll all be out there cleaning it up. Please join us if you're available. Dr. Dave Carlin also made a presentation to 50 of the Academy's middle school students yesterday on recycling, and he is organizing that cleanup that we were speaking of on the 27th. Commissioners, this is our big annual event. It's right down here on the plaza at Poe Plaza, our 18th annual Clean Air Fair. It's a lunchtime event. We hope you can come. HTV is typically there. I think Commissioner Miller and Commissioner Kemp have both given interviews to HTV when they're there. But it's a lovely event. We typically do it with about $200, and we get Publix, lots of free food. We'll be giving trees away at the event. Trees are a big hit. We get that with a grant. And finally, it's also Wetlands Month. It's clean air, but it's also wetlands. And we will be featuring tours in the Hillsborough County parks in celebration of Wetlands Month. If you need to know more, please reach out to us. This is on our website, though, if anyone wants to access that. A couple quick housekeeping items. Want to thank senior management with help with the flowers, chocolates, and gifts. I think they were well received. Would like to wish you a happy birthday, Commissioner Miller. Your birthday has fallen on a lot of EPC meetings, and we've had cake, but I promise you we'll bring some cake back in May for everyone to eat. But your birthday is Sunday. Happy birthday, sir. And the final thing I just wanted to say to everybody, have a happy and blessed Easter. We will be back next month, obviously talking about the budget. Wanted to thank Commissioner Kemp and Commissioner Miller both for supporting the 2 North project, which we will discuss, as well as Mike Merrill and administration. They've been wonderful. Commissioner Miller, I did follow up with Mike Merrill, and we will be having a meeting prior to me bringing the budget items forward here. So with that, happy Easter. Thank you.
Thank you for your remarks. I just wanted to say I thought it was so cool that you passed out seeds during the Plant City. I thought that was really a great thing to be doing. And I'd just like to also, I'm glad you acknowledged Michelle Jenkins and Sheila McNamara and Tom Fass.
Definitely.
For, I think, their work in planning the Sustainability Conference, which is national and is has incredible, amazing topics and is going on today still. Mm-hmm. If anyone would like to drop in there at it's called the West Shore. I'm used to being called the Lincoln from way back. I think
it's called the West Shore Grand.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Right there across from
and
the
I
mall.
Apologize for not including Tom Fass. Tom Fass heads up that program, and he's done a wonderful job.
Yeah, we should be real proud of our staff for what they pulled together there. It's really awesome. So I think I'm sorry, I see we have a few speakers here. Commissioner Overman, you recognize? Mm-hmm. Commissioner White?
Thank you. I had Ed Sherwood with TBEP up here at the County Commission meeting yesterday, and one of the things he mentioned is the mini grant program, the Bay Mini Grant program. I have seen some schools receive mini grant funding, so as you're working with LLT on their project, if there comes a point where they might need some money, just make sure that you expose them to that mini grant application process.
I'm planning on going to both Learning Gate and LLT, so I'll make sure that they have all that information.
Great.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
Sure.
Because their grants are much smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing no further speakers, we're adjourned.
Thank you.